everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to be here today with one of our fabulous authors that I'm going to share with you who she is in just a minute. And we're just going to learn all about Maria, and she's joining us from the UK, which is really fun. But before we do that, my name is Galit Ventura Rosen. I am co-founder of Everyday Woman and Women Supporting Women Professionals and Entrepreneurs. I'm also streaming live on my YouTube channel and another one of my Facebook groups. So hi, everybody. I want to share with you that we have had the most amazing time, Angela and I, as co-founders of Everyday Woman. We put together this book with 51 authors that launched in June. It hit #1 in 6 categories in 3 countries. And one of them, Maria, is the UK. So welcome, Maria Lobato.
Hi, Galit. Thank you for having me. I'm very
I'm so
excited.
I know we're going to have so much fun today. We have about 15 minutes to just have a lot of fun, share a lot of value with everyone that's watching in our group that has over 13,000 women. And Maria is, aside from being an author in our book, which is why we're interviewing her today, she's also a spiritual coach and medium. So we're going to have a lot to talk about. Why don't you share a little bit more about you, about your journey, about what you do with us?
Well, I was born over 40 years ago back in Portugal, and I've been in the UK for almost 17 years. I've been a spiritual medium since I was born, since I remember existing. So I used to like communicate with spirits in all sorts of ways. But I started working with the public with my gifts when I was about 26, so many moons ago. Um, I'm currently working as mainly a medium and a spiritual coach. I help especially women with finding their own voice, finding self confidence, developing their self love. But I also work very closely with people who are going through awakenings, like spiritual awakenings and the dark night of the soul. So I'm very involved with that as well. So yeah, it's all very exciting. It's beautiful work, and I get to help people, and that's why I'm here. That's why I do the work. So you muted. Sorry.
I unmuted myself because I took a drink of water and I
Yeah.
didn't want to drink on the camera. So thank you, Maria. Oh my God, it's so much fun with technology. How many times do we do that?
No.
One of the things I love is that you can actually work with people all over the world. They don't just have to be in front of you. They don't have to come to your house. You can
Absolutely.
work with them through Skype or Zoom or the phone call. Correct, Maria?
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. That's 99% of my work. It's with people from other countries and on Zoom mostly.
And how, I mean, isn't that because it really isn't about them being present with you? It's really about the fact that you're just speaking to them or feeling their energy or tapping into something like that.
Yeah, energy is energy. There's no space, there's no time, there's just energy. So I can see spirit behind you if I'm doing a reading for you. But you don't have to be here with me. Sometimes they'll show themselves behind you, other times they'll show themselves right next to me, but they're with you. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world.
I love that. And one of the things that I love to do whenever I speak with somebody that's spiritual is I kind of like to go through a little bit of it, because for those of people that don't really understand this or might even not believe in it, I always say, you know what? Let's bring you back to logic. So I'm going to do that for a second.
Okay.
For example, if you get this gut feeling that something is in the room, or you get, I like to use the word gut feeling because Maria, that's what a lot of people get, as a gut feeling, or you kind of,
Yeah.
wait, what was that?
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Or you get this sixth sense of, oh, I really shouldn't do that. I don't know why, but I'm not going to. Or I really should do that. A lot of those things are related to really spirituality and being, and someone that might experience things that you actually show them, right?
Yes, yes, definitely. To be honest, I was going to say most of the time. It's not most of the time. I'd say a bit of the time that I'm working with people, I tell them things and they'll say, "Oh, I knew that." So I'm just
Yes.
giving them confirmation because
Yes.
um, we are all the same. So if you learned, you could do what I do. Yeah, you just need to learn and be trained and understand how it works and pay attention. Um, but we're all mediums because we're divine sparks. We're not
Yeah, we're all
different.
made out of some kind of energy. We all have
Exactly.
energetic feelings and stuff. I think that
Exactly.
I love that when we talk about that a little bit more, because sometimes people think, well, I've always wanted to reach out to somebody, but I've been a bit nervous. So let's talk a little bit to help them not be nervous. Because if
Okay.
they've been, if they've had this feeling that they want to reach out to someone like you and they want to talk to you about maybe somebody that has passed on, or maybe even their spirit guides, or maybe some kind of direction. It's also a very logical word. Well, I'm looking for some kind of direction, can you help me? Things like that. So let's walk them through a little bit of how this works so they can be aware and prepared, because a lot of times people don't reach out because of the unknown or because they might fear it, right, Maria?
Yes, yeah. A lot of people come to me because they are lost or they
Yes.
miss somebody who has departed, and there's things that haven't been said, unfinished business, things like that. So I'm used to that. What I usually say to my clients is, I do not bite. So just come with your heart open, yeah. Come with an open mind. Don't come with expectations, because a lot of times it happens that you come to me and you say, oh, I'd love to speak with so and so who has passed, yeah, but that person doesn't show up, but someone else shows up, and you can identify that person, because that was the person you had to
Exactly.
experience at that
Yes.
moment. So I
Yes.
can never say I will bring that person over, because that's not how it works. I'm just a
No.
messenger. The person that you need will come for you. Okay. Um,
Yes.
and and there's also our spirit guides and our teams. So the people who like me work with spirit, we have our own teams and they kind of guide us, but they also communicate with your own team, and they'll say, you know what, this is what this person needs to hear now, and
Yes.
you might come to me needing or wanting a reading with spirit, and you might go away with something completely different, because it's always guided by my team, by spirit, and it's not something that I can say, look, this is the list of things that we're going to do. Doesn't work like that.
No. And
No.
I myself have experienced these things over the years. I've actually spoken to different people and it's the most amazing experience. It's not, I just want to share with people from someone that's actually experienced it. It's not scary. It's not freaky.
Mhm.
There's not like dark things that show up or dangerous things. It's usually pure love. And it's usually just directions. And it's funny because I do believe that sometimes the justification is there, like you said, but you don't want to listen to it. So they're just like, okay, well, we're going to tell you again and again and again. So someone like Maria, because she's tapped into her gifts, can share with you things that you probably might have a feeling or might not know at all. I mean, sometimes it's just directions, sometimes it's feeling lost, sometimes it's clarity, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes it's
Definitely.
justifying something. So it's just a neat experience. I have to share with you. I've done it. I had a really neat experience years and years ago. I had a girlfriend that passed, my best friend passed away when she was 15. And I've always felt her around me. And apparently, when I met this woman, it was an aunt of a friend. It was all by accident, Maria. You could say that by accident.
Mm.
I was at her house and I did not know that her aunt was a spiritual guide. And she said, Galit, I said, I have to ask you a question. And I asked her, and she said, Galit, let's help her cross over. She needs to cross over. And I never experienced something like that, but it was the neatest thing. So I think when you open yourself up to a
Mm.
different experience, it could be the neatest thing ever. And that there's a world out there we know nothing about. Before we talk about the book, why don't you share a few of the things that you would share with someone that doesn't believe in this or is fearful of trying it?
I'd say focus on the positive. Yeah. Come for a reading with an open heart, and with love in your heart. So if you're it's like basic law of attraction. Yeah, if you concentrate and focus on the negative, that you're going to encounter it at some point. Yeah?
Right,
So focus
right.
on the positive and come with an open heart. Always look for somebody to work with that you trust. That's I think that's key. You have to trust who you're working with. Don't go with just anybody just because they say they can do this or they can do that.
Do
Okay?
your homework on them, Maria,
Yes.
because for example, many of the people watching right now might not know you, right, Maria?
Yeah.
But they can do their homework. They can look at your social media, read your reviews, read your testimonials, see who you're connected with, how long you've been doing that. So
Yeah.
just like anybody else you would go see, please, and you'll see that with Maria, she has so much experience doing this. So it's somebody that you can trust.
And not just that, make sure that you keep yourself safe in terms of um, your free will needs to be at play all the time. Okay, so it's very cool to go and see somebody who's a fortune teller, and they'll tell you all about the future and the possibilities and what's going to happen. And but it's kind of taking your free will away when that happens. So I'm a spiritual medium. I will give you messages for the moment, for the present moment. I will help you with direction, but I will not tell you what you're going to be facing and finding in the future.
Well, if you really think about it, the future can be changed. So
Exactly.
someone could see, well, this is what I see for you today. But you know what I love that one of the women I worked with probably 8 years ago said to me? She saw a path for me, and it was a beautiful path, and I believe I'm living it. It was probably 8 or 9 years ago before I even really understood a spirit, just barely started getting started in my spiritual world. It's probably been 10 or 11 years now for me. And she said, depending on the path you choose, which I loved, Maria, what I see for you is X, Y, and Z, but that's free will. So that's what Maria is talking about.
Exactly.
So she
Exactly.
said, so Galit, if you don't, and by the way, it was a beautiful vision, and I believe
Hmm.
it's going to be true. But if you don't want to choose this path, you don't have to, Galit. It's not, this is the end for all, and this is going to be what your life is going to be. So that's what Maria is saying is be cautious of people out there saying, this is what your future is going to be in. Da, 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 da. And also be cautious of people that tell you bad things and
Mm.
that tell you dark things, because my experience with all of my different guides has been always so beautiful and so positive. And I believe that we're all built to have beautiful, positive lives as long as we choose those paths. So
Yes.
I love that you shared that, Maria. Let's jump into your book, into your chapter for a second, which of course, no surprise what your chapter title is. I just want to be happy. It goes completely with your personality,
Mm.
completely with your optimism and your energy and your high vibrations. So I loved reading your chapter. Will you tell everybody the chapter is called I Just Want to Be Happy, and it's in the book Everyday Woman's Guide to Doing What You Love. So please.
So I talk about how difficult it was for me to grow up as being medium, and I didn't have a voice. I was um, I was afraid. I was afraid of my gifts. I was ashamed. I was embarrassed. I didn't want to lose my connections. I didn't. I don't think, to be honest, I don't think my mom knows what I do, and I'm 44, so you can see. So, but life evolved, things changed, I changed, and one day I just said things need to change. So I walked out of a 22-year marriage. I started my own business. I worked on myself. I did courses. I improved myself. I did self-development, self-realization, non-duality. You choose. And I realized that it's my choice. I can be happy if I so choose to.
Yes, and I want to share with everybody that what Maria said about her mom, there's nothing wrong with that. I believe that we all should do what we're meant to do and not worry about the people around us. Now, when it comes to family, it's a little bit trickier, and they love us and they want us to be doing things that are safe, and they want us to be, do you know how it is, Maria? And so I'm the same way. I think it's okay not to share It's about just surrounding yourself with people that love you and support you and appreciate your gifts. Like being part of this book, we love spiritual women in our book. It's a platform for all women, no matter what you believe in, as long as it's a positive thing. We don't want anything in there that's just horrible. But I love that you said that, because I think so many people experience that. When I said I wanted to go back to school to get my master's in therapy, the people that loved me the most, which by the way still love me the most, said I was crazy.
Mm.
Why would you go back to school when you're in this successful career and your business is doing so well? I just had to take a deep breath and say, I love you. I know you mean the best for
Yeah,
me. I
exactly.
love you. I know you mean the best for me, but this is something I have to do for me. So, and sometimes you'll lose friends along the way. So what?
Mm.
Sometimes you'll lose significant others along the way. Been there, done that, Maria. It happens. It's just part of your journey. So I want you guys to read her chapter. You see two links over our heads. The one over Maria's head is where you can connect with Maria and all the other authors. They have their social media links and their pictures and their bios and their titles. Please go to the book author's website and learn about all of our authors. Above my head is the website that you could go to join our next book, which is called Everyday Woman's Guide to Success in Your Business, which will be coming out in December. So we have a few more spots left. If you're interested in that, please make sure to grab that. Maria, how can everybody get a hold of you aside from going to the website?
Well, I'm all over social media. So I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook and on YouTube as well under justbelieveproject.co.uk. Or you can try my website as well, www.justbelieveproject.co.uk. Or just find me on Facebook, Maria Lobato. And yeah, just reach out, connect. You don't have to
Yes,
reach out
you
just because
have
you need
everything on your
something.
web. Yeah, you have everything on your website. It shares
Yeah.
exactly what type of services you offer. You're very reasonable and it's easy to get a hold of you. So if anybody's interested in one of Maria's services, please reach out to her. She's fabulous. She's been a great addition to the Everyday Woman community, the Everyday Woman book. We love having her amongst us. She's from the UK, which is also cool. When you're in America, you think it's cool whenever somebody's not from America. Just don't get me wrong, Americans are cool, but it's just fun. We have authors from Sweden, from the UK, from China, from Canada, from Australia. It's just so much fun to have these women that are global that become a part with us. It's got to be evening for you, right, Maria?
It's 20 past 5.
Yeah, it's got to be late afternoon,
Yeah.
early evening, we'll call it.
Mm.
So thank you, thank you, thank you, Maria. Do us a favor when we get done. Put the links to your website and everything, social media, in the comments. And anybody that's watching live, please say hello. Anybody that's watching in replay, please say hello in the comments. If you have any questions or anything that you have for Maria, just tag her at Maria Lobato and we will respond to you. And thank you so much, Maria, for being a
Thank
part of this
you.
interview. Bye, everybody. We'll see you
Thank you.
soon.
Bye.